Let's have some Pokemon content up in this piece, and today we're just going to talk about, of course you see the title, we're going to talk about Popplio and my impressions on him after I actually got it. Special thanks to a guy in Japan. Yes, a Japanese trainer gave me one in exchange for a Litten I actually hatched. So yeah, he hatched one, I hatched one, and well, that's how it goes. Hopefully tomorrow, while this recording is getting recorded, I will have another one that I'll actually just have as well. It's kind of sad that when it comes to the Japanese version or Japanese one getting taken to me, it doesn't keep its name. It doesn't retain its name. So it switches to, and that actually always has been the thing, sadly. Yeah, that's kind of sad, but okay, sure, why not? Anyways, we're talking about what's going on with Popplio. The reason why I didn't want to have Popplio is because, well, number one, his actual form. His actual form was really displeasing. I mean, it's not as bad as Oshawott. It's not as bad as technically it's just not as bad. I mean, they're not really the ones I would choose. Like Mudkip, awesome. Totodile, awesome. Squirtle, awesome. But then you have the other ones, and what was the one for the water type? Oh, Froakie. Froakie was a good one. Froakie was an actual good creation, but as for freaking Popplio, Pipluck, and Oshawott, those are like the lower ones that I would choose ever, sadly. But of course, Oshawott is okay. I'll have to do a video on those, but let's just continue on with him. So, as soon as I looked at him, I was like, okay, well, maybe his final form might be nice. Then we get the second one, and I'm like, oh, damn, really? Really? He looks more like he should be a girl, not be actually a boy, but you know how it is when it comes to starter Pokemon. They're always supposed to be boys. Personally, I would have wished they override it and made this the first time ever that, the girl is more dominant than the boy, so it makes perfect damn sense instead of, hey, here's a design and here's a final form. It seems to me it calls out that, dude, it should be a girl. It should be the girl. As soon as you pick it, it's a girl. That's what it should be. It's like girls should be dominant on this Pokemon. It shouldn't be maximum of guys again. That's the real thing that's put me off, and that's the reason why I didn't actually choose him as one of the two starters I actually chose. So that's kind of offsetting, but as soon as I actually got to have him now, he's okay. I mean, I actually leveled up, not by my usual standards of being like, all right, well, you two work it out, fight some titans, and allow him to just grow by just leveling up that way. It's like, no, I actually decided to just say, hey, I'm just going to allow him to level up the way usually you do, which, yeah, it was kind of cool. His power is okay. I mean, it's very nice. It works perfectly well. It's just the usual thing of emotions of leveling him up, and then, as soon as he got the second form, I was like, oh man. It's like, oh man, really wish you were a girl. And it'll be messed up for me to actually go on go on GTS and say, oh, I want a girl only. It's like, oh, that's messed up, dude. That's messed up. So yeah, I didn't do that because that would be messed up of me to actually say I would like him to have to be a girl. It's like, yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. You're asking too much. So basically I just went with it, and well, it's kind of cool how I had to change locations. And if you want to know how I did it, is that I started at the usual spot, and then he got to level 9. Then I went to the usual area where you have the first trial. I did that. Then I went to the ranch. Then after I went to the ranch, I went to the place where you usually go near, in quotations, Diglett's cave. And that's where I finally did it all the way to the point of where he evolved. Now, as for his special move, holy crap, that special move, I do have to admit, that's something to talk about a little bit. The only messed up part is, oh, geez, really? The hair stands up to make sure you know that, oh, it's supposed to be a girl. The only thing I have to say about this Pokemon and many other ones, I mean, at least with Ross, or at least with Ralts, they corrected it. And I'm like, that's exactly what you need to do with some of the Pokemon. It's like, yeah, you need to correct it. You really do need to correct things. And this one is actually one where I'm like, you need to rework this Pokemon. You need to make it so that there's two forms to it. And I don't care if it's going to be like, oh, but now it's really hard to get to it. It's like, no. All you have to do is just have them two different forms. It's like, yeah, same name, two different forms. We're okay with it. And it's like, if you're a completionist, of course you're going to try to get it and you're going to hatch eggs and stuff like that. And that's just part of Pokemon. That's just a part of it. Kind of like with Combee. It's like Combee, and then you have this new salamander, and it's like, oh fuck, the salamander is a girl, and the girl, you guys suck. You guys really suck. But I would say, besides we actually look at it, besides the features it has, if we just throw it away and just look at it with attacks and everything, I think it actually is a good water type Pokemon, and it's a fairy type, so that's pretty cool. But the only messed up part is, well, kind of would like to have more fairy type attacks than just Moonblast, you know? And that's why I always crap on Xerneas, the legendary deer Pokemon. Like, that's why I crap on it, because it's like, you could have gave us a good freaking fairy type move, and what do you give us? A bullcrap move that just boosts your stats. Freak you. Yeah, that's why you always will be dissed by me. It's like, if I am playing Pokemon X all over again, and it's like, oh, I'm able to transfer everything but one Pokemon, I'm like, okay, well, see ya, Xerneas. You're going to get deleted. See ya. Because you're not worth it. You're not worth it at all. And even if I do get lots and lots and lots of starts of Pokemon X, I know for a fact I'm going to be like, okay, well, Xerneas, guess what? You're going to Wonder Trade. Freak it. You're going to Wonder Trade. You suck. The only way you're good is if you had a good signature move, and it sucks. Your signature move sucks. And that's why I'm like always dissing you, because your signature move sucks. And it's a good idea to just start with brand new fairy type moves. Please do it. Because it's kind of like being like, oh, Fire Blast and Flamethrower. That's all we need. It's like, no, they didn't do that. They came up with Fire Spirit. They came up with Overheat. They decided to say, no, we need to continue making more fire type moves. You really need to do that with the fairy type moves. It's like, yeah, you created this new one, and it sucks that you just have a limit of create new fairy moves. That's what the real underlying words. As for Poplio, glad I got him, glad it's on the Pokedex, but again, because they have the whole standard of he looks like a girl, I'm sorry, but unless you actually have made a masculine version of it, I can't condone actually being like, yes, I need to. It's like, I will be tempted someday, but not tempted in actual first time gameplay to actually have Poplio. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. That's just the way it is. People never seem the same.